Welcome to this episode of TCEA Remote Learning. You can find remote learning videos at tcea.org/remote-learning. My name is Miguel Gulen. I'm a Director of Professional Development for TCEA. You can reach me via Twitter at mglearn, or if you'd like, you can call me at 1-800-282-8232. In today's session, we're going to be talking about making resource sharing with students easy, but we'll also talk a little bit about some of the research that supports using a fantastic tool known as Wakelet with students. Before we do that, though, I wanted to just quickly call your attention to TCEA's free membership offer. Did you know that between now and Friday, May 8th, you will be able to register for a free 1-year TCEA membership? This is pretty neat because it gives you access to all of the wonderful content that we have, and even if you already have a TCEA account, you will still be able to sort of get an additional year of content. So it's pretty amazing, and this offer is open to lots of people. If we take advantage of that join for free, if we click on that button, you can see that TCEA members are teachers, administrators, instructional technologists, technology directors, library or media specialists, and other campus leaders. Regular membership is $0. Retired membership is $0. Student membership for undergraduate university students, $0. So definitely check that out. I hope that you'll take the time to explore the membership opportunities available and all of the great resources at TCEA. So let's talk a little bit more about using Wakelet. Wakelet is a pretty phenomenal resource, and one of the questions that I think that Wakelet helps us sort of answer and deal with is, how can you assist learners in processing ideas and information faster? So to get a deeper understanding of that, we're going to explore two key ideas. But before we jump into that, I wanted to say that I was reading a book on digital media, and it said that research indicates that image data is collected simultaneously while text is processed in a sequential fashion. So if you're looking at pictures, you process that simultaneously, and text is processed in a sequential fashion. So this simultaneous processing allows learners to make sense of visuals 60,000 times faster than text. So what are the implications of that? Well, it probably means that infographics are a great combination of pictures and text, and they can uh, help our learners get information 60,000 times faster than if we just provided words. So if you're wondering what that is, that's called something called the modality effect. And the modality effect has an effect size of 0.55, and we're going to talk about what that means in just a second. But it means that words and visuals together give us what's called the modality effect. It's when you combine words and visuals to explain something that we see a benefit in learning. And you can see here we have sort of like a number line, and right here the average impact of teaching and learning in a classroom is 0.4. So after a year's worth of study and teaching and learning, students are going to see an average effect size of 0.4. But the modality effect can accelerate that to 0.55, which is pretty good. So this instructional strategy, which we call the modality effect, actually accelerates student learning. The more we use it, the better. And you can see that the modality effect really refers to how learner performance depends on the presentation mode. So you as a teacher can sort of take advantage of this modality effect to accelerate student learning when you present textual information in an enhanced mode. What is an enhanced mode? It's something that includes auditory formats as well as visual materials. And visual materials can include a graph, a diagram, an animation, some kind of infographic. So just to recap, the modality effect is what we call a surface learning strategy. It's best used when you're introducing students to brand new concept skills and or strategies. And it can accelerate student learning by 0.55 compared to what would be a standard 0.4 in a classroom. So lots of possibilities there. Now, our second key idea that I wanted you to be aware of is the Universal Design for Learning, UDL. And UDL encourages being able to illustrate through multiple media. So students learn by using multiple media, and that can be illustrations, simulations, images, interactive graphics, and infographics. Now, one of the challenges that we face is that sometimes being able to manipulate information in a digital format sometimes isn't that easy. And that's where Wakelet comes in. It is a great all-purpose free digital pinboard and bookmarking site. It makes it very easy to add a wide variety of content to it. And if you've used tools like Pinterest and Pocket, then you're probably familiar with some of the main ideas of Wakelet. Now, there are tons of great resources on how to get hands-on with Wakelet, but the essential process is sort of like this. After you get your Wakelet account, you would create a collection. So you just create a new collection. You can add a cover image or description. Then you add some content, and this is where Wakelet really shines. You can add any sort of content that you want. You can add videos, you can add tweets, articles, notes, text, PDFs, Flipgrid videos, and a lot more. And then once you've sort of organized what you want to share, what you've curated, you share your collection with others. You can make your collection public or unlisted. That means that you can share the link to an unlisted collection so that your students or team members or staff members can access it, but the general public can't unless they know the link. You can also share via link, QR code. You can drop it into Microsoft Teams, you can drop it into Google Classrooms or Remind. And so this makes it a very easy way to build a short, small collection and then share it with others. Now, I wanted to just call your attention, if you want to go deeper onto Wakelet, there's a video that I recommend. It's right here. It's Wakelet Organized Digital Content. Wakelet also has what they call the Wakelit Hub, and the Wakelet Hub has a lot more information about Wakelet. They've got their newsletters that you can access. You can see new features, and they talk about new features, integrations, and updates, as well as feedback and more. And if you come a little bit further down, you'll see that I've prepared a Wakelet about Wakelets for you, and it sort of puts together a lot of really fantastic ideas, including wonderful Wakelet examples, templates for Wakelet, so how you could use this with your students, Wakelet project ideas, as well as Wakelet choice board, how you could create a choice board, a digital choice board using Wakelet, some ideas from others on Twitter for using Wakelet for content curation. And then I don't know if you're familiar with Screencastify, but Wakelet is also usable to quickly record videos and share them. There's a lot more here that can get you started. It's almost overwhelming when you think about how many resources have sprung up around Wakelet. But all of those are available to you right there under a Wakelet about Wakelet. What I'd like to do right now is just give you a 2-minute, 3-minute overview of Wakelet, how to create a brand new collection, how to add content to it, and then also give you some instructional ideas. But I want to point out that on this site you'll find exploring project ideas. There's also a remote learning guide from Wakelet. They've put together something that sort of really guides you throughout everything, so that if you forget or if you don't remember everything that I've shared with you, you can go to this quick guide from Wakelet on remote learning with Wakelet and get started. They also have created a community showcase for remote learning, and you can see there's quite a bit here. There's online learning, creating tutorials, distance learning resources, science activities, virtual field trips, and much more. So please don't hesitate to check out all of these great resources and use what you can. Wakelet is 100% free, no cost for you. It's sponsored through Microsoft, and they've built a wonderful relationship. So it also Wakelet also has immersive reader, and we'll talk a little bit about that in a second. For families, Wakelet created a family learning guide to Wakelet, and that is also a resource. It's a one-pager that you can perhaps share with family. Okay, I'm going to leave all these tabs open because it's going to be part of how we explore Wakelet. I'm going to open a fresh tab and just go to wakelet.com. Now, I've already created an account, so you can see that I have quite a few Wakelets here. But I'm going to start from scratch in the sense that I'm going to create a new collection. And when I create a new collection, it sort of gives me just a blank screen. Now, a few things I want to call to your attention. Let's start up in the top left corner. As you can see here, there's add a background image. So I have two choices. I can upload an image that maybe I have taken a picture of in a school setting, or I can choose from the library. And the library is pulling from Creative Commons copyright friendly images provider known as Unsplash. You can find Unsplash online. Just go to Unsplash, just do a search on Unsplash and you'll find tons of content. And they provide some great pictures here. But you can also just do a quick search. And I like this picture of a lighthouse. So I'm going to go ahead and just tap on that picture and watch what happens. The lighthouse now picture actually fills in the background. And so this is what it looks like. I can't move that picture too much or adjust it. Now for my collection, I can add a cover image. So I can go here and either upload an image or choose from a library, and I'm just going to say ship. So there I have a ship. This one looks like one I want to use. And so what will happen is that I now have this picture, and I can adjust it. I can say full cover or half cover. Or if I just want to hide it, I can do that too. Whatever the choice whatever fits your interests. To keep it simple, I'm going to do amazing Wakelet information and type a short description. So far so good. I've entered some information. Now before I start adding content by clicking on that plus sign, I want to point out a few things up in the top right hand corner. Up here in the top right hand corner I have something called Enable Copy. And when I turn on Enable Copy, this makes it possible for others who might be viewing my Wakelet in the future to make a copy of it. This is great if you want to set up what's called a template for students. So for example, I mentioned earlier that you can create templates for Wakelet. So what you could do is create a template for Wakelet. Here are some newsletter templates created by Christina Olswies that you can access. Here are some other in the classroom templates. And the way these would work is you would just click on them like that, and you see where it says copy. That button that I showed you that says enable copy is what makes this button work. So you can create a template for your students, and then they can go in, make a copy, and edit the collection. And they would be able to adjust that to whatever they were doing. Wouldn't that be neat to have a reading log that your students could fill out? Now, this Wakelet is still private. I'm the only one that can see it. But if I click on that button, I can say make it public, make it unlisted, only people with the link can see the collection, or I can just leave it as private. For fun, I'm going to go ahead and make it unlisted. And now I'm ready to start adding content. Now, there are two ways to add content. One way is to just come down here to this plus sign and then type in or paste in a link to whatever it is that I want. So for text, I can just quickly type in tutorials. I can adjust the heading size and save. And now what I have is sort of a section header. Underneath that, then I can come back and actually paste in URLs or addresses. And so what I'm going to do is paste in this Wakelit Hub address. Oh, it didn't work. Let me try something that's not maybe a Wakelet, not the Wakelit Hub. Let me try my Wakelet. So there we go. There's my templates for Wakelet. I probably should make another header and call this one templates. And then under tutorials, I can probably just copy this one. There we go. And as you can see, this is pretty much the process. You're coming in and you're adding content. Now, Wakelet actually has a Chrome extension that you can add that will make adding content even easier. So let me go quickly get it, and I'm just going to do a quick search on Wakelet Chrome extension. There it is. I'm going to click on Add it to Chrome. Okay, now that Wakelet is, or that Chrome extension has been added, and the way it should work is that, and it may not be because of what I'm doing, but you're actually able, maybe I didn't add the right one. So it's great when you run into problems. You can watch how they get solved. So basically, here's a list of all my Chrome extensions. I can come down here and enable it. And they have a great video once you enable your Chrome extension. But what's neat is when you click on a plus symbol or a new tab window, notice what happens. I get a list of all these tabs over here on the right hand side. And so I have two options. The first one is real easy. I can create a collection with tabs, or I can simply click and drag tabs over into the appropriate collection. Isn't that amazing? That will make creating a Wakelet collection from all the open tabs very easy. And if you create a collection with tabs, it'll just quickly gather all of them up. It'll scoop up all these tabs that I have here at the top and put them in a new collection. Then I can go in and remove the ones that don't need to be a part of it. So let's do that just for fun. Notice how it's grabbing all the tabs and putting them in, and it's essentially made a new collection. I can go back in and add the background image, cover image. If I have something I don't like, for example, I don't think Gmail needs to be a part of that, I'm just hit delete. And I can just quickly remove these one at a time if they don't, or if they aren't relevant to Wakelet. So here's all those nice Wakelet tools. There's a few that didn't come in, and that'll happen for different reasons. It just depends on the website and whether it's easy to display. But as you can see, I now have a quick collection built out of all of these. So that's just one way to do it. If I go back to my original collection where I was sort of doing this with the lighthouse and the boat and all that, um, in addition to adding resources by clicking on the plus symbol, and again, I just want to emphasize you can add PDFs, you can add items from Google Drive or OneDrive or even a Flipgrid video short. You can even drop in YouTube videos. And what's kind of cool about Wakelet is that it strips away all of the uh, advertising that might come along with that. Well, there's that Wakelet tutorial from Tube Techie. So that when you click on this, once it's saved, it won't show you any advertising. So it's a nice way to share YouTube videos without all the distracting ads that sometimes pop up. Now, I just want to say there's one last piece is the different views that are available in Wakelet. You can come here to Media View, Compact View, Grid View, and Mood Board. You've probably seen Mood Board already. I showed it to you earlier, but it shows you all of these. It sort of takes all your items and just makes a display out of them. You can also have a compact view, which minimizes the media that you've embedded. It can also make a grid, which is kind of cool because you can use the grid view for a choice board, or you can just stick to plain old media view. I like media view because everything's big and easy to see. When I come up here and click on save and exit, that Wakelet has now been saved and is ready for sharing. Now, one thing that's kind of cool that you could do with your students is take advantage of something called contributors. You can see contributors appears up here in the top left after I've saved my Wakelet collection. If I come and click on contributors, it's going to let me invite contributors via a shareable link or code. That's great. You can take that code and drop it right into Microsoft Teams, Google Classroom, or some other learning management system. Or you can do it through name or email. I like the shareable link or code because if we copy that code, we can actually go into you can share that with other students, the QR code, and they will be able to get access. When you need to shut off access, just come down and generate a new link and code. So you share one with the students, they use it for a little bit, everybody gets going, then you decide, okay, it's time for another class to use this, or maybe I want to finish any contributions. Just come down and generate a new link and code, and nobody else can contribute. You can always come in and manage contributors and remove anyone that's given you a little bit of a problem if there is one. So that's the contributors. Lots of possibilities there. You can also come over to these three dots, and you'll see that there are different choices. There is embed for in case you want to embed a Wakelet in a website. You can export a Wakelet as a PDF. You can let people know that it's available via Twitter. You can see analytics to see how many people have copied it. You can also change the visibility. You can make it public, private, etc. And then, of course, you can also delete the collection. So there's a lot of different exciting ways that you can use Wakelet. And to give you some project ideas, I've included some right here on that main resource page. There's some ideas for multimodal learning, Wakelet choice boards, reading logs, newsletters, research reports, creating an all about me Wakelet, inventing your own Wakelet, creating annotated video playlists, and adding audio to your Wakelet. So I invite you to explore those options. And again, remember, if you have any questions, please reach out to me. My name is Miguel Gulen, and you can catch me on Twitter at mglearn. Remember that you can find more videos at tca.org/remote-learning. Thanks for watching. Take care.